see here is because the number 14 seed, number 14 out of 16 teams total, come in and take over in that game 5. They're definitely doing film review after that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be very valuable as well. We're hopping in now to Spacestation Gaming versus Complexity, tied up 1-1 in the series. We did talk about, or did just catch the very end, a very slight glimpse of the Slayer win from Complexity. Very convincing win, I think, Tony, too, right? 50-35, I believe it was, which is massive. We'll see if they can carry that momentum here.
Complexity, we saw a glimpse of during a few moments ago. Complexity was able to win out in that game 2 Slayer, and you know, I will say, oftentimes if the lower ranked teams are able to steal away wins in a series, it's usually done in those game 2 Slayers.
Yeah.
Where SSG are most dangerous is with their objective efficiency. So, you know, going into game number 1, that was SSG's, and now going into CTF Aquarius, another specialty of Spacestation Gaming. The question becomes, can Complexity beat them in an objective? Because, you know, no matter what the game type is, you have to win at least one objective and get in a best of 5. You can't win a best of 5 series without winning at least one objective on your opposition.
Right, and I think this is one of SSG's best game types as well, as Aquarius CTF. So right now you see Eco starting out 10-6. Stay alive there, beautiful win. Cycle ends up getting that trade, but the control comes out on the side of SSG. Unfortunately, though, 1 dead for each side, so that flag will be just in the front of the base. Husk looking for maybe a couple of ticks of return there as he continues to try and get information. But I like that they're pushing in 2s, Tony. Collect alongside with them, having the same angles. They get that angle on the top center, and now they can push for control.
I'm sorry, I feel like I'm still like recovering from that game 5 win, right? Like, I feel like my voice is still like partially gone here. Like I feel like I'm taking deep breaths over here because that was huge. But we're right into another game right here. Complexity and Spacestation Gaming, and SSG. You got to think of how important this win is for them, because you already lost to Gamers First, so your chance of getting the number 1 seed were already tough. But then, luckily, Gamers First get beat out by Status Quo. So SSG still have an opportunity to steal the number 1 seed, even the number 2 seed, despite the fact they've already lost to Gamers First based on Status Quo clutching. I feel like Spacestation Gaming are gonna be like, you know, sending a little bit of extra money. Status Quo's PayPal, you know, that's a thank you right there. They getting bailed out a little bit.
Potentially, this is definitely a must-win for SSG here. As we just talked about, as Tony just talked about, 0-1 in the pool thus far. Complexity up 1-0 in this pool. So this would be a huge win for Complexity. But we all know SSG like to create content. We talked about it before, right? You know, just make it a little interesting for us here. Something interesting to spectate. You see, it's 0-0 still, but some space being taken on the map here for Tusk. An opportunity to pull this flag as 2 are dead. This could be a really good pull. 3 down now. Stellar, the last player alive, spawns on the fridge side, and Monster and Collect gonna make quick work of him. This flag might go in, Tony.
Flag moving across the map, but Tusk ends up being taken down over toward the courtyard side. Collect watching his back while the remaining player in Cycle was able to relay that flag not only through the base, but even captured a 1-0 start here for Complexity on capture the flag in Spacestation Gaming. What is going on here in Pool C? There is something in the waters.
Yeah, this Pool C is extremely interesting. Everyone pretty much on even playing field, even though on paper it just, you know, SSG obviously on paper being the number 1 team in this pool, but we'll see if they can perform that way. They're down 1 cap right now. Finally, Stellar does have the heat wave in hand and looking to immediately go for P2 control. He doesn't kill. Cycle finally does. He didn't have the angle on the Tusk because of that double back on that kill, but he still maintains that control. But look, Tusk has the camo for Complexity.
Camouflage Tusk able to Find the one-shot player here, and that's going to be a start for the flag. We're not going to commit to it just yet. As Gamers first, excuse me, as SSG having multiple members in Complexity's base. Bound looks to push right through the courtyard side, runs into a camouflage Tusk as Space Station Gaming go forward down, and Tusk continues to run that flag forward, but Tusk taken down. The double kill out of Penguin will slow Complexity down just a bit and allow SSG to get valuable space on the map.
Yeah, this is the thing though, right? SSG, Complexity are kind of playing into SSG's trap here. They're playing very staggered, trying to desperate that cap. Being up 1 cap against SSG is obviously making you feel good, but you want to extend that lead more. And unfortunately, they go 2 or 3 down because of that overextension. They give SSG top center control and now continue to get slain out. Again, 2 down for Complexity.
As the ping comes in from Cycle, you see Collect start to dive in. He wants to back up Monster over towards utility side. It's going to work out perfectly. Monster and Collect able to clear out that utility side pretty well, but Cycle not able to keep the mid-map control as Cycle ends up going down. So do 3 members of Complexity. Space Station Gaming have an opportunity to push the mid-map, but so does Tusk with those dynamo grenades. And now Complexity coming seemingly out of nowhere. Monster steals away a camouflage that rightfully should not be his, but down to the bottom mid side, gets a huge kill. 1 to the 1 shot, 2 down goes Space Station Gaming. Is this Complexity's opportunity to go up 2-0 against Space Station Gaming?
Yeah, with this camo, it definitely could be, but I don't like Monster's position here at the bottom center of the map, and that is why right there, massive amounts of nades will come through. He does stay alive, but there's not a lot of time left on this camo. Can he get the value here? The back spec does not go through. Stellar stays alive! He gets the kill, but he has to double back. That's a huge blunder right there. 3 down for Complexity, not able to get the value, and now SSG is in their base.
And Stellar's a tough one right there, man. You can't take him down. Not only can, no wonder why you can never win an individual pivotal fight against Stellar because the man refuses to go down. On top of that, he has a nasty shot to go along with it. Stellar doing everything possible there, but it's Psycho and Tusk to get those 2 kills that's necessary for them to pull that flag forward. That flag already makes it towards the car side. Psycho and Tusk are perfectly set up, not only to cover his back, but to also catch the flag that's being tossed right up. The 2-0 didn't come when we thought it was, but here it is now. Complexity take control against Space Station Gaming with 2 minutes 30 seconds on the clock here. Complexity using that momentum from game number 2 to propel them here in game 3. I'm loving everything I'm seeing out of the newly acquired squad here. 4 down goes Space Station Gaming. Complexity taking control.
That was a beautiful cap too, right? They're able to get multiple dead. They pull the cap. They don't die. They throw it up top of their flag. They don't die still. No one goes down for Complexity. They continue to get slays. They're playing so well that is Complexity here, but SSG want to answer back right now, and that's going to be Bound trying to go. Look at the movement out of this man. That's beautiful. He gets the flag inside a utility. Now going for some slays to potentially pull this one past the 50% portion of the map.
The man clearly too smooth with it as he stays alive. Even gets himself a kill over toward the top mid side. Eventually, they are able to take down Bound, but clearly the damage has been done. Now the question is, can Complexity continue to follow through with this flagpole? Excellent shots here from Penguin from across the map. Stellar getting right back into the action here. Monster and Tusk trying to push through, but Stellar single-handedly keeping them back. A nade out of nowhere is going to take down Stellar as once again Space Station Gaming go 3 down, and Penguin with that camouflage, he's going to have to get so much value out of this because Complexity on the offense, he needs to pull their attention off of their base.
Yeah, there's 1 minute and 15 seconds left, and that camo is going to, unfortunately, go away at the very wrong time. That's going to be 2 players just destroying Penguin on their side, and all Complexity has to do is play defense for a minute here. Look how difficult of a kill Monster is being. Gets Bound down to 1 shot. They're not going to be able to clean him up, but Bound has to make a trek all the way to their side in 50 seconds here. And like you talked about, Tony, 2 to 1, there's a potential for that overtime, right? So they get 1 cap and they potentially pull another. They can stretch it out just a bit, get that overtime, and that's SSG's chance to win here.
We oftentimes talk about the speed of bound in SSG. We're gonna have to see some real speed here because you have to pull this flag and cap it while somebody lags behind to get yet another point. It's 28 seconds to make it through the map, and it's gonna have to take a much wider route than expected here. Complexity from across the map, utility to utility, catches the long range shots, and Psycho is already moving in for that return. Penguin, it's up to you. He takes down one, can't quite get the touch. The return comes in, and that's gonna be it. Complexity will be taking game number 3. It's a 2-1 here. And are we gonna see another upset in Pool C? Tim,
I don't know what's going on.
This.
Yeah, this is this is insane. We did not predict this whatsoever. I mean, but I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again because it's just history. Okay, looking at the number 3 seed here at SSG, we're looking at guys that incredible players. Okay. I truly do think that this is now their time to wake up. Like I said, they're doing this for content. SSG, they're like, you know what? We'll let them have 2 games. Now it's time for us to wake up, smell the coffee, clock in.
Wait.
What? Talk to me.
Are you saying that SSG are purposefully throwing right now to the complexity so that they can force a game number 5 win to make it more exciting for content purposes? Is that what you're insinuating right now?
Do we not know how incredible of a content team SSG is? It's just it flooded over into the pro team. I get it. I understand.
I'm gonna let you cook. All right, I'm not gonna be your sous chef in this, but I'm gonna let you cook.
It's all good. I'm only using a microwave. There's not a lot of cooking going on here, but let me tell you, the SSG play best when their backs up against the wall. In all seriousness, right? So like this is one of those chances where, of course, they're down 0-1 in their pool. We don't expect that out of SSG. You know, you and I even talked about it. They were the number 1 favorite, at least for me, I think, and for you as well, in this pool. And right now, you know, they're in a situation where potentially they go down 0-2, and that potentially means they're not going to make it to bracket play, right? So, I mean, this is a do or die, and when it's do or die, I put my money on SSG every single time. That's just the way it is for me.
I will say, though, I want to agree with you that I would put my money on especially a team as experienced and as accomplished as SSG is. We're talking about one of the best teams in HCS history. That we're talking about. Like we're talking about a team that never dropped out of a grand finals one time throughout season 1. However, doesn't it scare you a bit that complexity are like the ultimate question marks? This is the first time that we're seeing them here in tournament play. So, I mean, we don't know if complexity are as good as Optic or as bad as B. Like, we don't know right now. and that question mark is what scares me. I mean, you got a pretty damn good win, a 50-35. Let's say that wasn't luck. That's a pretty good win for complexity in the Slayer. And then you 2-0 Space Station Gaming on Capture the Flag Aquarius. You know who 2-0 Space Station Gaming on Capture the Flag Aquarius? Not many.
Nobody.
And you just did this. So I'm saying, like, I agree with you. However, complexity or question mark, and that's scary right now. And I feel like SSG must be feeling the same thing. Like, how do you deal with them when you got no tape on them? You know, like,
I agree.
We don't know who they are.
That's a good point, and they are a big question mark, and I feel like they're just playing phenomenal Halo right now. Like I talked about multiple plays during that last game that they were making that you don't generally see teams outside of the top 8 make. Like, you know, a lot of intelligent plays, and it's working, you know, and they're winning those individual fights, and they're there's potential here, but I can't mentally do it. I love Collect, I love Monster, I love all of these guys. I just can't mentally count SSG out this early, even though it looks really grim. You just can't do it, but maybe Collect can prove me wrong here. Here we go. It's gonna be game number 4, Complexity. Potentially gonna close out the series here. They're up 2-1 against Space Station Gaming. Not what we would have guessed here in this series.
I don't know. You're talking about, I love Monster, I love Collect, I love everybody. You don't love Collect. You don't know Collect. You don't really love Collect like you really. If you love Collect right now, what's his mother's middle name?
Jane.
Shock rifle in the hands of Collect right now, pushing right through the gold side flank onto Penguin, who's currently 1 shot. thinking the nade's gonna finish off the kill, and that's exactly what happens as Complexity starting off the match not only with that double cap, but complete map control right now onto Space Station Gaming. 25-0 start, but finally SSG are able to deal with Collect with that shock rifle. Will that turn the tides here for this matchup?
Yeah, right now it's in the hands of Eco. Like you said, the shock rifle, a big factor on this map. Such a powerful weapon. And you see he's pushing towards A. I like the play here to get all of Complexity off of A and then doubles back for the cross and to defend B. And again, using this shock rifle in such a great manner to get kills, to back players off, and to clean up kills as well. But all the while, Tony, Complexity, all the while with Eco doing as much as he's doing, Complexity still continue to get time.
Momentary trip cap for Complexity, but looks like Space Station Gaming working on Charlie and Bravo at the same time. Tusk grappling right up over toward the A side, and now he has tower side control with the grapple right as Camo's coming up, but sadly Tusk gets taken out. Collect trying to replace him. You're bound. Fighting for that camouflage, which doesn't get burnt. Camo sitting in the mid-map. Who will take control?
Well, right now, Complexity continues to get control. A big donut on the side of SSG, and they continue to just look at how much damage Tusk just did right there. They get the damage in. The cleanup does come through. Collect continues to maintain control. 3 down for SSG once again. 89-0 and counting for Complexity.
Complexity serving up donuts like Krispy Kreme right now. I don't know what's happening here. This is not the Space Station Gaming that we have grown to know and love. We've already seen them be upset by G1, but now we're seeing Complexity have a 2-1 lead on them, have a 120-0 start. I don't even know who this SSG squad is right now, and we're getting so close to land time. It is not the time to be breaking down, but it's happening. Another 3 down. Stellar ends up going down again. That's a complete squad wipe. The newly formed Complexity have a 135-0 run. On top of that, you just squad wiped Space Station Gaming, and now you're looking to punish them off of spawns as you continue to rotate on them. Complexity are styling right now. I know Jerry Jones is sitting here counting his millions, loving this. Like, this is a team that he signed.
You might be right, Tony. You might be watching right now in the Twitch chat. What's up, Jerry? We'll have copy later. But here, 149-0 and counting still. And you saw right there, they forced the spawns onto the long haul side. They had A and B, and now they force the spawns on A and control B and C. So consistently, they're in the driver's seat of this game, and it shows, of course, in the scoreline. But what is going on for SSG here? They're consistently staggered. They're consistently alone in fights. Like, we have Bound over on pipe side. We have, you know, Penguin back here who ends up going down on the blue pipe side. There's just no, I don't know, that something's just falling apart, like you said, and I'm not sure what it is.
We're seeing a new era here in Halo Esports right now. New teams are coming together. Roster mania has affected so many teams, including Complexity. We're seeing the young guns start to dominate, the collects and the cycles, even the suppress and the diagrams. We're seeing the young guns start to come in. We are looking at a new age here in Halo Esports, and I'm loving it. As Cycle gets himself another shock rifle kill, lines with the second one, trying to get Stellar out. Stellar is able to take down Cycle. Hopefully Space Station Gaming are able to push over towards A. We're seeing A and B both looking to be captured here by Space Station Gaming, but Bravo gets stopped and reset. Once again, Space Station Gaming only having one stronghold. It's 230-0 as of right now. Me and Space Station Gaming have the same amount of points at the moment here. Finally, Bravo gets taken over. Space Station Gaming put their first points on the board, but is it even humanly possible to come back from 0 to 230? Mind you, Space Station Gaming need this win just to stay alive here in pool play.
Yeah, Tony, we just had a conversation before this, brother, and I didn't expect this. 2 points against Complexity. This Complexity roster, you know, I'm consistently saying that SSG are not playing well. This Complexity roster is playing phenomenal Halo right now. The confidence at which they're playing, their ability to win these individual gunfights and to control the map. This is incredible. 244-4, Tony. What is going on? Oh my word.
tell you what's going on. Jerry Jones knew that the Dallas Cowboys have no shot at winning the Super Bowl anytime soon. He invested big in snatching up, collecting Monster. He invested. He's putting his all into Complexity right now, and it's showing. He has faith in them, and as of right now, Complexity are a 244-21 run. They are 6 seconds away from taking down the juggernauts in Spacestation Gaming, the number 3 seed here. Bravo almost gets snatched up by Tusk almost single-handedly. Spacestation Gaming able to overwhelm them, and now I need Complexity to make sure that they don't get sloppy on this one. Make sure they secure, and that's exactly what they need. A double push through the A side. Now SSG are forced to rotate onto the Charlie side, so what do? They break right through the A, and it looks like they're trying to go through B. Now it's Complexity. They need to stay alive. They need to secure their kills. 1 round of slays is all you need. Take it 1 kill at a time.
If there's any game type to come back from, okay, listen, I know I'm putting hope in the air and a lot of copium going on here, but if there's anything to come back from, any game type at all, it's gonna be strongholds. So SSG, I mean, as grim as it looks, you know, it's possible, and it just takes, you know, a veteran squad against, you know, maybe a newly formed squad like Complexity is, where, you know, these situations are situations they have never been in before. You know, when we start approaching 150 seconds and counting, I mean, that's where it kind of gets scary for Complexity, because SSG have been in these situations before, but we'll see if Complexity can close it out. I mean, like you said, 1 round of slays is all they need. They're about to get A, but C being taken once again.
If SSG win this, I'm getting an SSG logo tatted on my left cheek or something.
I'm holding you to that.
There's no shot that Space Station are gonna come out from a 0 to 232nd point win. There's no shot that Complexity get 244 points and are not able to close this out. Eventually, you would have to imagine they're gonna give up a few points, make sure they get 4 up, just double push, triple push an angle, and eventually take over. It's impossible for SSG to come on this comeback. I will get the tattoo and pay for it myself.
Well, looks like they might get B here. Maybe they do. 245 now and counting. Cycle inside of B, not gonna let it happen, and there you go, Tony. No tattoo for you. Save your money. That would have been amazing, by the way, to see, but it would have been amazing to see you get a tattoo, but there it is. Don't take anything away from Complexity. This roster is extremely strong, and SSG are gonna fall, Tony, and that's gonna put them 0-2 in pool play. That is not good.